Hi guys, welcome to episode 26 of Operation Exploration. So, we are going to try to see if we can connect to this rescue antenna, and if we can, all is good, and we can continue with the moon mission. If not, we're going to have to go and proceed with doing the grinding pit and the elevator, but both will be fun anyway. It's a bit of a win-win situation. So, let's go down into the operations room. I think we should go. Actually, let's connect up to something here so we don't have to go down there. It's just a wee bit easier, so it is. Now, let's go to our antenna list. We can control it. Very good. There it is. Right, okay, that's good. So we can control it. Let's see if we can keep going to the moon. Now, the issue is I've turned it off. Well, not that I've turned it off, because the satellite is disconnected from the pod. Yeah, there's going to be no signal. The only signals we'll see is probably enemy signals. So I'm not going to go above 1,000 meters per second, and that's in case if we disconnect again, we'll have. If we do disconnect again, it'll slow down by the time it gets there, and once we get into the gravity pull of the moon, we'll take it to about 250 meters per second. Don't want to go any more than that. So let's proceed on up. So my thinking is, once we get to the moon, we're going to connect with the rover. Now, I did look over the footage in the last episode, or the episode before I should say, 24. The rover was actually in auto, it wasn't recharging, so I think it was just a one-off that was disconnected. It could be just game mechanics where it just disconnects randomly, which is kind of a bad thing. Now, there's the pod, it's coming up, that's good, so let's go towards it. So we're currently 42 kilometers out, and coming in, so there's Space Pirate Beacon. They seem to be like sort of ships, although that's the one on the top right is Space Pirates, and the one on the left is SPAL. I don't know what that. I think it's space something anyway. So it looks like the moon mission is back on. I'm not sure why it did disconnect from the satellite. I'm starting to think, see there at the bottom right, my charge is on at 16 minutes. It could be that the greater distance we get away from the satellite, the more power consumption is used by the laser. And all those different things combined, along with the antenna trying to broadcast 50 kilometers away, it could be just sapping away at the energy. The issues anyway. There is plenty of ice there around the right hand side of the moon, so that's good. We could set up a nice base for regenerating hydrogen. We could use it as a stop point, you know, kind of like a service station to fill up a ship with hydrogen. But because it's so close to the Earth, it's kind of redundant, because we will be filling up, and by the time we get up past the moon, we'll be probably at like 99%, depending on what we have on the ships. Because eventually I'd like to make ships that will go and explore the other planets. Now I want to keep that satellite behind us. Now I know I'm getting at this straight on. I'm going to keep it like that. Alright, I can see something lighting up there now. And what we're going to do is, we're going to try to see if we can remote connect into. This is where you would add a third laser antenna to the satellite to connect multiple grids together. Okay, I can see the rover. It looks unharmed. Right. I am going to move it about and see if it disconnects from the satellite. Okay, I think I know what's going wrong. There's the satellite there. Oh, it's red. It is red. Yeah, it has run out there. You can see there's red. Although, no, I did turn off the connector. That's right, whenever I was taking it out, so that might not be the issue. That's the satellite. I'm gonna try to see if I can connect back with the antenna to the pod. So that's pod. Although the laser's not coming on in this. Oh, not the laser, the antenna's not coming up for this. Yeah, I think we might need to take this back. It doesn't look like that antenna's turned on. I wonder if I can connect into it. That's it there. That must be it there. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I've ripped all the other. Right. I don't think we can connect to that any other way. And there's no feet on this here to lift it up. Yeah, see, there's no signal coming out of it. And it's a 2 bar there I see as well. But I think because of the time it's been out here, it's probably that the sun is directly above it. You can see with the shadow, the sun's actually sort of up there coming down on it. So I see that's probably what's charging that up, and there's nothing else consuming it. But I don't know why that antenna is off. It should never have been off. Something's turned it off. And that would explain why we can't connect to it. Yeah. Right, so we've nothing to pick it up with, and I don't think I can connect. Let's see if we can actually get up to it. Yeah, no, that's it. That's how far I can get up. No, definitely not going to get any closer than that. Right, so that's, we do know what the issue is. There's no antenna, working antenna on that. And I made the mistake of not putting a merge block on top of that, like this one here has. Because it means that what we can do is we can just, like, say, if you had an antenna, you can just place it down, pop it down on top of it, a working one. But this doesn't have any, and I don't think there is any merge blocks, if I remember right, I put on this. Okay. Right. There's a civilization tugboat. It's going past. I wouldn't mind doing some of those missions, you know, the economy missions. But I think we might do that later on in the game. I think for now what we're going to do is we're going to stand up a replacement Rover. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that pod. That pod's actually working perfectly. It's just, let me just check to see if it is the right pod. So that's, it says pod version 4, but if I go to here and I go to the pistons and reverse, yeah, it is, that is them. Yeah, that's it there. So it's pod version 4, that's good to know. Alright, I actually forgot to drop that tin when we took the pod out. But it is relatively nice level ground there. It is very nice. It probably would have made sense to actually put a flying machine up here instead of a rover, but it is kind of cool to remotely control a rover from a pod itself. But yeah, So let me just double check that the antenna is actually set to max on that. So if we go to pod version 4 and we go to antenna, although it wouldn't be antenna, it would be actually pod. Pod, there it is. Yeah, it is, it's at max, that's okay. Alright, so there's 8 minutes of battery left on this, so I think I'm going to take this here back. Yeah. We've nothing to pick this here up with. I think what we'll do is we'll take this back, put a landing gear on it, pick it up and take it back to Earth. Fix that antenna on it and put it back up. Yeah, it seems like the best option, so let's do that. Let's turn the laser around so it's actually pointing at the satellite. And let's take this here back. Okay, so we're just coming up here to the base. I'm going to dock over by the left hand side. I'm going to dock on this one here. And this will charge over and up. Is that landing light going to be in the way? Better not be. There we go. So that's 3, and we need to turn them off and to recharge. There's replenishing up there now. Okay. And here's us here, so that should be around the side. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's still connected with the satellite, that's good. And there's all the batteries. Yeah, I didn't put the clip in of me adding all those extra batteries on, but they are pretty much needed. And that's probably why the last one went off, is because it drained the battery so quick. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a landing gear to the base of this. And we can put it here. So let's get this. And we don't want to cook it. So it makes sense to put it there. And landing gear. There, do. Put it that way. That'll do. Okay, so we're just waiting that to recharge, and the way we can check it is if we hold on to this here, we can see that it is stored power is at 20.8%. So that's going to recharge slowly. I think in the meantime, lookout tower. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll get we'll take the pod back, get that antenna fixed, and then what we'll do is we can continue on with the Mars mission. Now I hope that there is enough batteries on that Rover to last, and that's probably why it drains so quickly, but if that is the case we can always add more. And I think when we take it back we'll add some merge blocks on it just in case we need to expand on it. But we'll see what the issues. I think what we should do as well is we should test it. So we will deploy, like, say the pod, not the pod, the rover, say somewhere over on that mountain, simulate as if it's away from the pod itself that it's connecting to, and see how long the battery lasts. It'll be interesting to see, and if it doesn't last long, then we know it's batteries. And that's probably the issue. Now, while that's charging up, I think what we'll do is we will have another look at this. Now, I did say in the last episode what we'll do is we'll build it up a height, get like a blueprint of it, and then put the projection down under the ground, and then mine it out, and that will be our hopper. I was thinking of using the natural sort of voxels as like a hill, so if you imagine like say drilling a hill down and then all the stuff fall into it, but see the way you've got these holes, so a lot of times when you're grinding stuff up, like stuff falls down and you don't want it that like say an engine falls and hits the ground, because what happens is when it explodes it does make holes like this, and you don't want like an irregular sort of slope going down into it. So I think the best action is to make armored blocks, sloped armor blocks, and the blocks that we will use, I was thinking of using if I get some here as an example, and oh yes, this one. Also it needs to be built out of heavy armor, not light armor. So what I was thinking at the start was this here. Let me just bring it closer. Oh, I can't bring it any closer. What if I press 5? There we are. So I was thinking of using this as slope to go down into it, but I do think the best one is to use these slopes, because it's more of a, I don't know, it's wider. That means the stuff can slip into it a lot easier. But in terms of like for stuff sliding down, I'm not sure how good it is, but we can test it. So what we'll do is, let's turn this around. Now I don't want this to weld, I only want it to simulate what I'm going to do here. So this is ground level. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a block falling down it. So let's put this here. No. And 5. Okay, so stuff does fall down. That's okay. That's good to know. Right. So we can use them sort of blocks. That's alright. And indeed, the bigger the block, the easier it is. It's going to slide down as well with gravity. So I wouldn't be too bothered if it was just small blocks like that got stuck around the edges, because they will despawn after a while anyway. So yeah, I think it makes sense to do it on a landing gear. It's easier to take a blueprint of a landing gear than it is to chop a block and then let it fall and possibly break it. So yeah, let's grind it all up first. Okay, that is the grinding pit done. So I had a wee bit of a brainwave, and I think this might actually be better and save us blocks. So basically, right, I have done a wee bit of a shallow slope going down into it. Now it is only about 2 blocks, as you've seen earlier on, but we are going to put it down into the ground and put it down as far as we can. And instead of having a huge slope going down into it, which I don't really see the point of, it'd be good to have like some sort of a bulldozer ship, you know, like a small grid or a large ship, or a large grid ship, and basically what it does is it just pushes stuff in here, and that would save the need for things like a crane system, hoist system to lift stuff into it. If this is on ground level, could you imagine like driving along here and then pushing stuff into it? So what we do is we can like land stuff in here and then use like a bulldozer to push stuff in, and that way if there is stuff on the edges, no, it's not that hard to get them. So I think that's a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce under here with slopes. So I'm going to do that now really quickly. And the type of slopes I'm going to use are just these ones here. Doesn't need anything fancy, just something that will keep this here up and keep it together. Okay, that's it. And what we'll do is take a blueprint of this. There is already a blueprint, so I'm going to save that as we'll call this grinder pit. And there is already one saved, so I want to replace it. Yes, I do want to replace it, yeah. So let's leave that there, and now we can take that away off to the side. And I was going to grind this down by hand, but kind of makes sense to just do that there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it away using this. Just putting holes in the road. So let's get this here. 1, 2, and 3, and 6. Back it off. Just check. I don't want to be carrying that. At least we get to grind those down soon. The other thing as well is I need to get a connector for the grinding pit and setup. Oh, I actually didn't think of adding lights onto this yet. Oh well. Because the lights will get destroyed, but I'm sure we'll think of something anyway. Yeah, so let's get this here. It might be overweight, so I need to get prepared to drop this if it does. There we go. Oh, we can lift it, that's good. Let's shimmy this off to the right. And let's go forward with it as well. Let's lift it up a wee bit. Then we can grind that later on. So I'm only going to take it over here, just out of the way. I think I'm cleared of everything there anyway. That'll do. Not too bothered with that anyway. And then what we can do is we can get the projector set up and have it get built. Let's take this round the side. Just need to be careful, don't pick up anything on the way. And let's dock. I think the batteries are nearly done on that ship, but we'll take a look now in a second. That's it, ready to 6, 1, 2, and 3. And let's have a look. Yeah, 100%, that's good. So the batteries are charged on that, ready to go. Have we moved this here far enough? Yeah, it does look like it's over far enough. If not, not a big deal. Let's pick up some of that scrap. Right, let's get a projector on the end of this. And let's stick that there. And let's get a display. Oh, the panel, not button display, panel. I keep getting the names of these here things mixed up. And let's put that there. There we go. And what was the name of that projector? Projector 2. Okay. Projector 2. There it is. And then we need the grinding pit. And this is where we would put it down into the ground. So I think there. What does that look like if it was in the ground? So this bit's sticking up. And this bit is, but ideally I want most of this in the ground so you don't have to push, but we can artificially edit this in, and like we could chamfer the hill down into it to feed it. So let's put down another wee bit. 7, 8. That looks good there. Majority of that is in the ground. Again, we could take part of this layer off it. Maybe go down another one. Yeah, let's go down one more, see what that looks like. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. And what we can do is we can start building that. So let's get our drill and try see if we can find the edge of that. Yeah, and that'll build the rest. So let's turn all that on. I don't know if it'll reach. It should reach. Might have to swap those things around again, but we'll see how far it goes. Yeah, I think it only goes as far as where you see that line, so there's no existing conveyor system that goes over here. Now what we can do is we can actually build it out from there temporarily and then connect this here on top. I think it would be better. Tell you what, let's load this here up with plates and metal grids first, and enough to make conveyor junctions, and then what we can do is let that build up and it'll build itself. So let me see, we go to I, this will do there. Alright, that should build away. Let's just shimmy over. See. And let's dock in. There we go. 6, 1, 2, 3. Right, let me see what the current status is. Yeah, now you see I've left the dirt in here because like wee parts can still get grinded, but if they don't work without that, then it's not an issue. Now what I have done is if you slope the bob up at an angle, you can make like hills, so I'm going to do the same thing here. So instead of like, what I usually do is fly it flat and then just step it up, but it's actually better just to sort of like tilt bob and fly like this here, because you do get nice hills. So I'm going to do the same. Everything is there. I'm going to remove all this here because that's all there. All the stuff is placed, it just needs to get fixed up, but I am going to do a connection point down here to it. And then we're going to drill into the existing conveyor system, so I'm required to have to remove this. And that's the connector block there, so let's go off a little bit to the right. They're easy to replace, so not worry about them. Right, so this block, why is that light armor? Right, so the connector block needs to go there, and then the pipes go on to this. And then we just follow these the whole way. Alright, let's just see how that gets on. Oh, I'm an idiot. I had forgotten that the junctions need to be built on here. So we do need to get that projector back. What are they missing? Large steel tubes and computers. Alright, let's stop the process on that for a minute. I think that's it. We'll know now in a second. I say we should pull that stuff over and chuck it in there. That should grind it all up. Yeah. So let's turn that off for just don't want to build any more than it needs. Oh, that was a bit much. And let's dock with this. And 6. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get that built. There we go. Control 4, control panel, inventory. Then we want base, CC, Bob, CC. Yeah, just transfer all that stuff over. That's okay. 1, 2, and 3. Looks good. 6. And let's pick up that and drop it off into that. And then we'll just set up the panel later on. Under there. Let's get Bob back on. Then we can make it like a dedicated ship for lifting stuff. Kind of like Bob without the drills on it. Six, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, this should just start grinding. So what we'll do is we'll set up the grinders. Grinder. G-R-I-N. Grinder. Pit. Pick grinders. Save. Should rock and turn off, toggle rock on. And then what we'll do is we'll split in half. So it looks like it's about the middle there. And then we probably have to cut it in half this way as well. There we go. A bit heavy on that side. and then we'll take Bob over to finish off the rest of that. Let's turn off the weather. And let's Bob over to finish the rest. And Bob will pick up all the scrap. There we go. That's it. Now things like that big ship that we seen over there and parts. Actually, let's just an idea. Yeah, I had an idea. Let's park this up here and do a bit of cleaning. Oh, bit of lag. And let's drop this here. Yeah, because we don't need that anymore. Get these pods and drop them in as well. And bits of stuff flying out. Yeah, that's why I wanted it away from the basin, because that happened. Alright, let's get the other ones. Yeah, and that's why we'll have the bulldozer to push stuff into it. Alright, let's go over and see if we can get that base lifted over. Alright, we've got the base. Let's take take it back. Imagine accidentally press P over the top of the base. Quite a mess. Right, let's see. I can see the grinding bit. Just gonna slow it down. I forgot it's going to be firing at this. So we can get this down before it obliterates it. Well, that's not going to leave much behind. Can I get into the terminal? There we go, just momentarily until we get that rounded up. That's something to note as well. They need to go off when we're taking stuff back. Wow. Wow. Right, so the projector's not projecting that. Let's see. For some reason, it would kind of make sense to have like a larger platform around that, going around the perimeter of that, just to stop things like that happening. Oh well, at least we know anyway. Okay, so I'm going to that's more or less done. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That's gonna cost us 7 years. What I was trying to do is trying to move the same stuff over to the connector. Okay, I seem to have broken the game. This has been like this for the past 5 minutes. So I am going to force shut the game down, which means some stuff might not be saved. But that's that for this here episode. I'm going to end it here because I can't see us continuing after this if this comes back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the episode here. So next one we're going to go to the moon with the updated... Oh, something happened there. It did something. Ah, here we go. Right, I was taking a fit there by the looks of things. I think actually, do you know something? I think we should go down. Oops. I think we should go down and check to see if everything is okay in terms of electricity, ice. Why is that still going off? Oh yeah, because I force shut all the drills off, so all the turrets off, so it doesn't even know if it's on. There we go. Lockdown is over. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back to the second floor and check to see if everyone's okay in terms of there we are. Ah. Okay, we're looking good on batteries, look okay. These are full, hopefully. Yep. We have a good bit of ice. Let's check the ice. Oh, we've loads of ice. That's good. There won't be long going down. How are we on energy? Fully recharging 15 minutes. Perfect. We don't need to adjust anything more there. So that's good. That's that all checked. Right. So that's left off at a good note. Let's go back down to the first floor. Oh, I do need to get this fixed. Although we don't have any reason to use it yet. I might actually just completely take it out altogether because we will be putting that lift in the one I was talking about shortly. Oh, keep bumping into stuff. It probably does no harm to have a medical thing up here anyway, just in case, like a survival kit or something. Actually, you know what? I might do that now. Is there one underneath? No, there's not. Yeah, let's put this one here and put that block back on. What is that light? It's heavy armor we need. A wee trick for anybody that doesn't know this. Right, see the way I have no components to weld that? If you right click and then middle click, it has the components in, so middle clicking this here will give you the components you need. There we go. There we are. So that's it for this episode. Next one we are going to go to the moon, take the pod back, not the pod, the rover, take the rover back and get that antenna fixed, send it back over and continue on with our mission. But yeah, until then, thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next episode.